everybody, it's Mrs. Smith, and you're probably wondering who our artist of the week is. Well, we are taking a pause from learning about some really important artists throughout history, throughout our world, and we're going to start learning about some artists right here in Petersburg that are just like you. These are some students at Petersburg Elementary and Porta Central who are making art during their shelter-in-place time at home, but also finding ways to use that art to help their communities. So for the next couple weeks, we're going to be featuring some great local artists who are going to tell you some of the things they've been doing and give you some suggestions about things you can try at home to make the world a better place. Check them out.
Yep.
Okay, everybody, we're back. And now I am joined by one of my second grade friends. Will you introduce yourself for us?
Hi, I'm Willa.
And Willa, you're a second grader in whose class?
Stephanie Wonkles.
Oh, Stephanie Wonkle. She's pretty fun, isn't she?
Yeah.
Have you loved second grade?
Yeah.
Yeah. Has it been kind of hard these past couple weeks to be having to do second grade just at home on your own?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is the hardest part about having to just be a second grader at home?
It's because you can't see your friends and like you're used to going to school, and when that's all taken away, you feel like, what am I supposed to do? This feels so weird.
Yeah, and it's kind of crazy that everybody feels like that right now. I know I do. That's exactly how I feel. Everything just feels a little weird. Yeah. Um, Willa, you're a really great artist. Is there a time when you've kind of felt weird, but your art and doing art has helped you get through it?
Yeah.
What are some
Like
things that you like
when
to do at home to do art when you're feeling kind of weird?
I just like to like sit at mom's computer or at the TV and like do an art hub video.
Art Hub for Kids, those are some amazing art videos, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's kind of like having a really fun art teacher come right into your house and help you learn how to draw things that you really want to draw.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you've done a lot of those. In fact, you've done so much that would you say you could turn them into a book?
Yes.
And did you choose to do that?
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about how you took your artwork that you did with Art Hub for Kids and turned it into a book. What did you do?
All you have to do is do the art videos and not color them and then print them. That's all.
So about how many different art videos do you think you've done since you've been home?
Uh, at least 30.
30. That is amazing. Of all the videos that you've done, what's been your favorite thing to draw?
Hmm. Maybe the unicorn emoji?
The unicorn emoji. And those are pretty cool because if you go search on YouTube, you can pretty much find anything you might want to draw, right?
Yeah.
So you said though that the key is drawing them but not coloring them in and then
Yeah.
printing off copies. So
Yeah.
all these drawings, you didn't color them, you printed off copies, and then what did you do?
And then I just stapled them and delivered them.
You stapled them, and here's the magic part. But that's magic, right? Um, wow, you delivered them because instead of just making a really cool book for yourself, which would be great, you chose to deliver them. So tell me a little bit about how you decided to deliver them and why you decided to do that.
I delivered them because I thought, wow, I I would like to have this. Maybe other people too. So I delivered them to my friends.
That is amazing. And we were lucky enough to get one delivered to our house. And I can tell you what, It's really fun to color. I love to color. In fact, coloring is really good for grown-ups too. Um, but it was way cooler to get to color drawings made by somebody that we already know. And in fact, I'm going to hold a couple of them up really quickly for you. This is one that you drew of an avocado that was colored in by, I think, Jessie. And then this is one that you drew of a taco that I know is colored in by Stella because she loves tacos and she was super excited to see that. Awesome, right? So
Yeah.
they had a blast. In fact, we made it a coloring contest. They all got to pick a page from your coloring book and then color it in. And we had a little contest. Everybody won. Spoiler alert, it was a tie. Um, but Willa, I was so impressed by your idea to use your art to give other people something to do. What a great thing that you did. So if somebody is sitting at home right now listening to this interview and they would like to do something like that, what are some tips and tricks you can give them? I know you already said great things like don't color them, print them, deliver them to your friends, but are there any other tips and tricks you have to like putting a book together?
Uh, maybe you want to do them twice and like pick which one looks better so you don't have to read, so you don't have to erase a, a bunch.
Yeah.
And then, because if you erase a bunch, it's probably gonna show
Yeah.
on the
You know what?
coloring.
Don't mind me making you dizzy, Willa. I need to plug my computer in. But I'm also going to get comfortable because you look so comfortable. I want to be comfortable too. You just said something great that we can always remember in art, but also anything we do. And that is sometimes to make a sloppy copy or a rough draft, make sure that it's something that we like and that we're proud of before we give it to our friends. Look, sorry, like I'm all of a sudden I'm like super bright, aren't I? What should I do? Um, Will is looking at me like, oh, Smith, get it together. Okay, so some pieces of advice from local artist Willa. Go to Art Hub for Kids. Or, Willa, if you can't get on the internet, where could you come up with ideas to draw? Or how could you draw things?
You could just like look at your TV and then try to draw that,
Yeah,
or
just look at the
look
word
at
around.
a picture.
Yeah. So even if you can't get on the internet, or maybe you're like your screen time's up for the day and you're tired of looking at a computer screen and you just want to draw, you could kind of look around your house or take a nature walk and draw some things outside. In fact, you could do like a whole coloring book of nature. Like you could make them all different themes. Like your coloring book was lots of really cool like emojis. They almost look like Shopkins, which I really liked. But you could do another one that's maybe like nature or people. And you could come up with those ideas because I know you're super smart. You would come up with them on your own. So you can do some sketches, but don't color them in. Let other people have that job. Actually, you know what, Willa? I think you would really love a really famous artist friend of mine whose name is Felicia Olin. She does what's called collaborative artwork with people where somebody draws a picture, but they only draw half of it. And then they cover it up and they give it to a friend and they ask the friend to draw the other half without knowing what the first half looks like. And then they reveal the half and you put these two pictures together that totally don't go together, but somehow amazingly they make art anyway. That's something maybe you could reach out to somebody and take your art skills and let them do the second half, right?
Yeah,
That'd be really
that
cool.
sounds
Actually,
really cool.
maybe I'll work on one of those today and then you and I can try it out and share it with our friends and we'll see how it works.
Okay.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for giving everybody great ideas about how to use their art to make people feel better. And thank you for delivering your coloring book to my house so that we had a chance to try it because it was so much fun. In fact, I'm probably going to do one today because coloring is really good for grown-ups too, isn't it?
Yeah,
You should probably make your grown-ups do one.
I will.
Okay. You can tell them that Mrs. Smith said that's your homework, okay? Sound like a plan?
Yep.
All right. Thanks, Willa. Thanks so much for joining us today. We'll see you soon.
Okay. Bye.
All right, and we're back. And now I am joined by one of my favorite second graders. Will you say hello to everybody, Weston?
Hello.
So, Weston, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm 8 years old and I like to do art a lot.
I love that because you haven't always liked to do art, have you?
Mm-mm.
But you worked really hard this year and your art is pretty awesome. So I'm going to ask you some questions about it. So can you tell everybody that's listening, what are some of the things that you've done with your art since you've been learning at home?
I've done like different designs and details so it can make more color and shine onto my picture.
Oh, I love that answer. You know what's great about being able to use color and shine in artwork? You can make it colorful and shiny even when it's kind of blah outside, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm going to put you on the spot. Have you used any of your art to make somebody else feel better?
Yes.
Can you tell me about it?
I made one from your class
Yeah.
and I made this Starry Night for you.
Do you mean this starry night right here?
Mhm.
Look how beautiful. So tell me a little bit about your work on this piece of art, Weston.
Well, I I did all since there was no other things to draw, I just filled it all in with grass.
I love that. You know what I really loved about this, Weston, is it says down at the bottom that you let your mom help.
Mhm.
And you know what's great? And I know you know this, but I'm going to give our listeners at home a little tip. Sometimes art and doing art makes us feel better, doesn't it? Like if we're
Mhm.
bored or we're sad, even. I love to color when I'm sad or I'm stressed. And sometimes at home, our grown-ups and our adults get kind of stressed out, don't they?
Mhm.
Yeah. So, you know what is great? You can say to a grown up, like I know you probably did to your mom when she was helping, you can say, hey, I really need your help, even if you don't need their help. But then they have to sit with you and color. And that's really good for grown ups too, isn't it? Do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think doing this helped your mom feel better too?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then she like thought she was helping you, but really you were helping her.
Mhm.
Uh-huh. We won't tell anybody, right? She's not listening right now, is she?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Now she knows the secret. She knows you're trying to help her. But this was awesome because Weston and I talked a little bit online about this painting when we were learning about Vincent van Gogh, and I told him how much I liked it. And the next day, it was on my porch. So, Weston, like, who are some other people that might really love to have an original piece of your artwork delivered right to their front door?
My grandma and grandpa.
Grandmas and grandpas love to have artwork, don't they?
Mhm.
Especially because we can't visit with them the same way that we normally would. Like, we can't run inside and give them a hug, but we could give them like an art hug, right? You can wrap them in your artwork.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I love that you have taken your artwork and given it to other people. That's not always easy. Sometimes when you finish a piece of art and you really love it, it's hard to let it go, isn't it?
Mhm.
Uh-huh. So what's something else you could do with your art that might make somebody feel better? It's hard to think of ways, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You're like, Mrs. Smith, I just gave you a great way. That is the best way. But you know what? You're right. Because you could make, how long did it take you to do this, Weston?
Maybe about 30 minutes.
30 minutes? Okay, so let's do some quick math. If you're awake for 12 hours and you have 30 minutes to make a drawing, how many drawings could you make in one day?
I can make maybe about 40.
40. Okay, so Weston, here's your job today. I want you to make a list of 40 people you know, and I want you to take art to them sometime this summer.
Right.
Can you do it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to check back in with you in a couple weeks and see who's gotten a Weston original dropped off at their house, okay?
Okay.
All right. Hey, Weston, thanks for joining us today and sharing your art with us and with the community. We're really proud of you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I can't wait to see some more of your creations this year.
Right.
All right. Take care. Don't forget to ask your grown-ups for help.
All right.
All
Bye.
right. Bye, Weston.